My name is Kelly Bluen. I am a certified Zentangle teacher. Welcome to 15 Minutes of Zen, where I guide you through creating a little piece of art using the Zentangle method of drawing. So today we're stepping a little bit away from Zentangle, and I'm going to show you how to draw a Celtic knot. And in making this Celtic knot, we're just going to use simple lines. Hopefully you can follow along. Repeat the video, pause it at any time to catch up, and then we'll enhance it with a little bit of Zentangle elements at the end. Okay, I have a 2" by 2" tile. I'm working very small today. I have a micron pen, a Zentangle brand graphite pencil for shading, a tortillon for blending, and I do have an eraser today. We're going to be doing a lot of pencil work and erasing. All right, I'm going to scooch those off to the side. And I'm going to start by picking up my pencil. And I'm going to draw a triangle that takes up most of this square. So I'm going to start up here. And I'm doing a very light triangle. Just like that. I'm leaving some openings on all the sides, but I'm trying to make sure it takes up most of the tile. I'm going to find the middle of each side. And this is the part where you might want to practice on a piece of paper a few times before doing it on a tile. It's kind of a little bit tricky to get used to, but basically, I'm going to turn my tile a little bit, and this is the top, and I'm going to make this pretty arc that goes like this. And I want it to be even, and I want it to cross about the middle. So very lightly with my pencil, I'm going to pencil in this arc. So it's not exactly in the middle, but it's pretty close. Okay. And when I get to this bottom part, I'm going to come around and bring it to that corner. So when I go back and double check it, this is my arc. I just want to sort of make it look like a taco shell. Okay? That's the first step of this knot. The second step is we're going to do that again, but this time we're going to go this way, through the middle, into this corner. So I'm going to turn my tile this way. Here's the top of my tile. And now I'm going to make an arc that goes through here, through this middle, and then over to the other side. That taco shape again. Hopefully that makes sense. This was the top of my tile. I make that smooth, even shape right there. Okay, now I've got two of those. Now I need to do one across the middle, going from this corner to this corner. And I need to make sure that it pops out on the sides a little bit, comes through those middles, and comes over. So I'm actually going to start in the middle. Making that arch or arc. And I went off my triangle a little bit. That was just my guide. But I could get an idea of where I want those to meet up. Go ahead and pause and try that again if you need to. And then on the inside, I'm going to take this first little bump here, and I'm just going to aura it, meaning I'm just going to go on the inside of it and mimic that line. It's up to you how thin or how wide you want it to be. And then I'm going to turn my tile, and I'm going to make one go this way. And I'm just crisscrossing over my existing lines for now. And this last little taco shape, come back down to where I started. See how that's looking? This is such a beautiful little knot. Now if this part here looks a little bit wider than the rest of them, I can go back in and thin it out a little bit with my pencil. So step back, take a look at it. If you want a spot to be wider or thicker, go ahead and fix it now. Then I'm going to switch to my pen. I'm using a Micron 03. It's not a very thick pen. I'll probably have to go over my lines a couple times to thicken them up. And I'm going to start at the top up here. And I'm going to go down and I'm going to stop. I'm sorry, that's making my hand blurry. So I'm going to go down and stop. Then I'm going to start at the top over here. I'm going to go around and stop. Then I'm going to take this second arch shape right here. I'm going to do the inside first. I'm going to go across and then I'm going to stop where that dark line was, pick up my pen, come out the other side. Same thing for the top of that arch. I'm going to go all the way across, pick up my pen, come out the other side. And I'm going to turn my tile a little bit. And for this taco shape over here, start on the inside. I'm going to go across and stop. Across and stop. Pick up my pen, come out the other side. Pick up my pen, come out the other side. And then my last little bit to fill in is right here, and I'm going to stop at my dark line and stop at my dark line. And with these knots, this one is an infinity knot, so it goes this way, comes through here, loops under here and over, and it can just keep on going. All right, I'll put my pen away for a minute. I'm going to pick up my eraser. And I'm just going to very gently erase these pencil lines. Brush all that away. All right, there's my knot. Now a common thing with these triquetra knots is to put a wreath or a unity circle through the middle. Circles are tricky for me to draw freehand, so I'm going to put a heart through there. So here's how I'm going to do that. You don't have to, you can stop right here if you want. But to make my heart, I'm going to put a little dot here and a little dot at the bottom. And I'm going to make this heart shape come out and around and out and around that way. And look it over, see if it's pretty even. I'm going to pick up my pen again. And now I have to imagine this heart is weaving over and under and through these. So I'm going to start by going over the knot. When I get to the next part, I'm going to pretend like it goes under and comes out the other side. Now it's time to go over. And I'm going to stop for a minute. So we went over the knot, under the knot, over the knot. Now we need to go under. So I go up to it, lift up my pen, keep going. Now I need to go over. When I get up here, I'm going to stop, lift my pen, go underneath, and come out the other side. Okay. Now there's several things you can do after you make this shape. You can do something called bead line, which is these little dots that look really pretty. And the parts where you go over it, make sure you put a little dot so you know it's going over. This one goes under, over, under, comes out the other side and goes over. So it's a really basic thing you can do. If you wanted to make it more of a leaf shape, you could add, or like a leafy wreath, you could add some little spirals and some little leaf shapes every once in a while. So that's up to you, what you like. Stop right there, put my pen down, pick up my eraser again, and I want to erase these heart lines where my heart shape goes under the knot. And then we need to grab our shading pencil. So for my shading, I'm going to look at each time there's like a little bridge over another part. So this goes over this one. So this one is the behind. So I'm going to add a little bit of graphite on that end and on this end, as if there's a little shadow where the one goes over the other. Over here, this one is on top, this one is behind. So I'm going to add the shading on the one in the back, the one underneath. For this one here, this part is in the back, and this part is in the back. Take my tortillon for blending, or a Q-tip, or whatever you have on hand for blending. I'm just going to push that shading out a little bit. Push it out this way and this way. You really want that to be darkest close to the edge and then soften as it comes out. And this way. Okay. So feel free to stop there or add a design inside your Celtic knot. I'm going to take a minute and I'm just going to aura just inside like that. I'm going to follow that nice and thin all the way around. And because it's a continuous knot, I'll eventually meet back up with myself. This way, this way, and back up here till I connect. And I can do the same thing on this side if you have room. Just going nice and slow, breathing through it, remembering to pick up my pen. There we go, and that's it. I'm going to initial it. On the back, I will date it, and I will write the word triquetra. You can look it up and find other variations. Thank you so much for joining me.